Isang mapayapang hapon, Pilipinas. Ito po ang inyong balerina ng bayan, si Lisa Macuja, na bumabati sa lahat ng nakikinig sa DZRH at nanonood sa RH TV, lalo na sa mga kasamahan nating alagad ng sining at kultura sa buong bansa. Una sa lahat, nais naming anyayahan ang lahat na manood sa aming espesyal na one night only ballet gala concert, ang American Stars Gala, na gaganapin sa susunod na Sabado, July 7 sa Aliw Theater. Tampok dito ang mga tanyag na principal ballerinas at dancers na sina Lia Sirio, Jun Dong Zhao ng Boston Ballet, Yuriko Kajia at Jared Matthews ng Houston Ballet, and our very own resident guest principals na sina Catherine Barkman at Joseph Phillips, kasama ang buong pangkat ng Ballet Manila. Suportahan niyo sana ang palabas na ito na aming itinalaga bilang fundraising concert para sa aming scholarship program na Project Ballet Futures. You can get your tickets online at www.ticketworld.com.ph o di kaya ay tumawag sa 891-9999. Samantala, sa papalapit na pagdiriwang ng 50th anniversary ng Cultural Center of the Philippines ngayong 2019, aalamin natin kung ano ang mga plano at proyekto ng pamumunuan nito, partikular na sa ilalim ng bagong CCP chair na si Miss Margie Moran Floirendo. Kaya't huwag kayong aalis, magbabalik ang Art2art pagkatapos ng ilang paalala.
Noong nakaraang Mayo ay nanungkulan bilang bagong chairperson ng Cultural Center of the Philippines si Margarita Moran Floirendo na naunang itinalaga sa CCP Board of Trustees noong Enero 2018. Bago nito, naging pangulo siya ng Ballet Philippines sa loob ng isang dekada kung saan masigasig niyang itinaguyod ang iba't ibang fundraising campaigns upang suportahan ang mga pangangailangan ng mga company artists tulad ng pagtataas sa sweldo ng mga ito at pagbibigay ng tulong pinansyal para sa pagsali sa mga international competitions. Nakilala din si Margie sa kanyang mga inisyatibo sa pagtataguyod ng kapayapaan at kabuhayan sa Mindanao sa ilalim ng Southern Philippines Foundation for the Arts, Culture, and Ecology. Bilang media personality, naging host siya ng programang Margie on Mindanao sa ANC at naging producer ng premyadong pelikula na Bagong Buwan. Nakapaglathala na rin siya ng dalawang aklat, ang Mindanao, A Portrait at Mindanao in the Mend. Una siyang nakilala ng mapanalunan ang Miss Universe competition noong 1973 at naging ikalawang Pilipina na magwagi ng koronang ito. Matapos ang kanyang reign bilang Miss Universe, nagtapos siya ng Business Administration cum laude mula sa Maryknoll College. Tinanggap din niya ang kanyang Masters of Science in Managing Rural Development mula sa University of London, Imperial College and Center for Development, Environment and Policy, School of Oriental and African Studies. Isang mainit na pagbati ang hatid ng Art2art sa bagong chairperson ng CCP Board of Trustees na si Miss Margarita Moran Floirendo.
Magandang hapon, Chair Margie, and welcome to Art2art.
Thank you, Lisa. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you for taking time out of, I know it can be very, very busy being chair of CCP. So thank you for being with us on your Sunday. So did you have any apprehensions nung na-elect po kayo as CCP chairman last May? And you know, what were the biggest challenges that you foresaw?
There was no challenge for me to step in because I practically lived in the same building for almost 10 years. And I already knew what were the challenges that are faced with the CCP. But nevertheless, you know, all these years with a meager budget, the staff and officers and the board of CCP were able to really make it function and make it a home for the arts for the Filipinos. So it was very exciting for me. I felt very excited to be part of it, especially at the time when we were celebrating our 50th anniversary. And it's a home for the arts, and it's an institution, and I'd like to keep it that way, to really push it as the major institution for arts in the country.
Okay. What are the projects that you sort of inherited from your predecessor, Chair Emily Abrera?
Yes, the main project of the board is the establishment of the Arts Center and the Cultural Cluster Complex. And we're going to be inaugurating the black box. It should be finished by January, the first quarter of next year. And it's going to have its own season. And then after that, it will be the groundbreaking for the Arts Center, where it will house about 40 studios for music, for dance, for the theater, for the orchestra. And that's going to be the first phase that's going to be finished by the time we open the 50th season.
Oh, wow. So
Yeah.
the groundbreaking will happen later in the year, in next year, no? Later next year?
The first quarter of next year will be, the bidding will start this year.
Okay.
And so the groundbreaking will start the first quarter. But the first quarter will also inaugurate the black box already.
I see. And all of these plans, I understand, were is it a 5-year plan that was created to develop the Cultural Center of the Philippines?
Yes, I think it was longer than that. But
okay.
it had to go through 2 presidents. And but there's already a budget for the first phase from this administration. So we are getting a lot of support, and we're very thankful for that.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So under your term, which is for 4 years?
There's no term. You're under
okay.
the pleasure of the president
I see.
as to be a board member.
I see.
So as long as you're functioning well, you're at his pleasure.
Okay. What are going to be the priorities of the CCP board under your term? Will it be the
Infrastructure.
infrastructure?
Yes, and also the upgrading of the cultural center itself. It's being upgraded as we speak. And we will further upgrade it, build a new stage, repaint many parts of the building. And
Change the carpets.
the carpets have been changed
Oh,
already.
okay,
It's
I did,
been newly changed from ASEAN. Because it was very recent, about 6 months ago.
Oh, okay.
And the chairs have been changed. The backstage needs to be changed and upgraded. A little bit more cosmetics, but right now a contractor is already checking the structure of the building, how good the structure is. That's the most important thing.
Yes.
Because they can't even find the plumbing system.
Oh, really?
It's 50 years old.
It's 50 years old, yes.
Yes, so it needs refurbishing, revitalizing, and energizing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But aside from upgrading the infrastructure, how else are you planning for the 50th?
Well, the artistic
anniversary
department, headed by Chris Mellado, is planning the programs, and it's going to be a major program involving all the resident companies of the CCP, and it will also launch the 12-volume Encyclopedia of the Arts, which everything about the arts and whoever is important in the arts will be featured in that book. So that's going to be this year. Yeah, it's right now being printed already. And next year we'll also be celebrating, besides the 50th, we'll be celebrating the 15th anniversaries of several festivals like Cinemalaya, Virgin Love Fest, Pasinaya. So all those will be also major productions. So that's in the plan.
15th anniversary
Yes, already.
Wow.
That's how
Time
long.
flies.
Exactly. That means that we're growing older because we've been in this industry for so long as well. Yeah.
Okay.
So the 50th anniversary will be in September 2019, and it's going to open with a gala production.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Well, so it's been almost 50 years since, of course, it was the cultural center was first constructed and set
Yes.
up by the Marcoses. So, nandun pa rin ba ang paniniwala na ang CCP ay para sa mga mayayaman o kaya pang-elitist lang o edukado lamang? Or, well, how has the CCP been trying to dispel this pervasive impression?
Actually, for a long time, it's a perception, and I don't know why it remains a perception. I think it just lacks a little bit more public relations exposure, of that anybody, but any Filipino and any foreigner can enter the CCP and watch any show. In fact, they can go and look at the gallery for free. And there are many shows that have been open to the public for free as well. And even during the time of Mrs. Casilag and Bing Rojas, when they were chair and presidents, it was really open to the they really brought it down and removed that elitist perception. I think the elitist perception is only when there are galas, because it's also a beautiful building. But you know, I have noticed that when we bring in public school children or those that are being invited to watch the shows, they're very well dressed and they look forward to be at the cultural center and watch a show. It's something really a big transformation for them.
Yes. So there is a dress code for when you enter the CCP?
There is no strict dress code, but people just do it on their own. Because they go to a beautiful place, they want to look beautiful and well dressed as well. And they just dress up their Sunday's best.
Okay.
Whatever they have.
So like it's not written somewhere na bawal ang chinelas, bawal ang shorts, bawal
No,
ang,
it's not
you know.
written anywhere. But when there are gala shows, we say so in the ticket that it's formal.
Okay.
It depends on the production. Like Pasinaya, last year, there were 60,000 people that came to watch Pasinaya. And that's a major event. So now it's going
And
to
yun
be...
yung parang watch all you can but give what you can,
Well,
no? For
exactly,
Pasinaya.
exactly. And they raised a lot of money. And this time, you know, it started with one show, one day. Now it's going to be 3 days. Last year it was 2, now it's 3, just to accommodate the demand. So there is a demand, especially among the millennials.
Wow. So aabangan natin yung the Pasinaya usually is in February.
It's
yes?
in February,
For National
yes.
Arts Month.
Yes, that's right.
Okay. So, of course, you've been with Ballet Philippines for
Almost 10 years.
almost 10 years.
Yes.
Were there any like management strategies that you learned or na ginamit ninyo sa Ballet Philippines na balak nyo din gamitin for the CCP bilang CCP chair?
Well, management is really a skill, something you learn in school even or through experience. I've been always managed many endeavors I've been through. And it's just a skill that is important, and one of them is financial fiduciary, which I need to do at the CCP as well, because we're dealing with government funds.
Yes.
And I don't want to be, charged by the ombudsman for any anomalies. So that's a major responsibility as chairman, is that to make sure that every check I sign is well accounted for. They are people's money. And also, the CCP not only gets government funds, it also earns its own funds.
Yes.
Through ticket sales and through the leasing of the properties that are owned by the CCP. So I think it's the major thing that I can bring in is my expertise in finance and marketing and public relations, and which is important.
Yeah.
I think that's the most important part of the business aspect.
And I think what's really important for the CCP, especially as it's approaching its 50th year, is to really make it a center for the people to really come and enjoy the art forms.
Yes,
no?
exactly. And it's going to be a big palabas. After all, it only happens once in a lifetime that CCP will be 50 years old.
Yes.
And we'd like to make it look very international, something that's, that we can be so proud of. It's an infrastructure, but it's where the arts thrive and where excellence of the arts are also presented.
Yes. Actually, I'd like to thank you for inviting Ballet Manila to Pulso Filipinas. I think the last performance of Pulso Filipinas is going to be this afternoon, no? In the Cultural Center. So that's more than 10 different dance companies and groups
That's right.
performing in the CCP. So
We
really
started
like
that when I was in Ballet Philippines. That was like the sequel of Dance Manila.
Yes, that's right. So anyway, kung malapit kayo sa CCP and you want to catch Pulso Filipinas, we have a final performance this afternoon. Marami pa po tayong pag-uusapan kasama ang bagong chair ng Cultural Center of the Philippines na si Miss Margie Moran Floirendo. Dito pa rin sa Art2art, magbabalik po kami pagkatapos ng ilang paalala.
Programang hatid ay sining at kulturang para sa lahat. Magbabalik ang Art2art. Schedule ng mga inaabangang konsyerto, update sa mga magagandang panoorin sa mga tanghalan at teatro. Narito na ang Art2art Calendar.
Narito ang ating arts calendar. Sa teatro, inihahandog ng Cultural Center of the Philippines sa pakikipagtulungan ng resident theater company nito ang Tanghalang Pilipino at ng Writers Block Incorporated ang Annual Theater Festival na pinansagang Virgin Lab Fest. Nagbukas noong June 27, patuloy itong itatanghal hanggang July 15 sa iba't ibang lugar sa CCP Complex, Pasay City. Para sa kompletong detalye, tumawag sa CCP Marketing Department 832-3706. Mag-email sa ccpsalesandpromo@gmail.com o kaya ay bumisita sa Ticket World outlets. Sa panitikan, inihahandog ng The Japan Foundation, Manila at ng Goethe Institute Philippines sa pakikipagtulungan ng Literature Department at ng Bienvenido N. Santos Creative Writing Center ng De La Salle University ang Writing in Two Worlds, an afternoon with Yoko Tawada. Ito ay gagawin sa July 9 mula alas 2:30 hanggang alas 4:30 ng hapon sa 20th floor multi-purpose room ng Andrew Gonzalez Hall, De La Salle University, 2401 Taft Avenue, Manila. Si Tawada ay isang award-winning writer na nagsusulat sa wikang Hapon at Aleman. Magbabasa rin siya ng ilang bahagi ng kanyang nobelang The Emissary. Susundan naman ito ng isang forum sa pangangasiwa ni DLSU Literature Professor at Poet Dina T. Roma. Sa musika, inihahandog ng Cultural Center of the Philippines sa pakikipagtulungan ng National Commission for Culture and the Arts ang 3-day in-depth workshop tungkol sa contemporary a cappella singing at music arranging para sa mga regional a cappella singers at groups. Ito'y isasagawa ng mga eksperto sa pangunguna ni 2004 Gawad CCP para sa Sining Awardee Ryan Cayabyab, kasama ang mga guro ng Music School of Ryan Cayabyab at mga miyembro ng grupong Acapelago. Ang workshop ay dadalhin sa mga sumusunod na lugar: Ozamis City, July 5 to 7, Malolos City, July 12 to 14, at Bacolod City, July 26 to 28. Para sa karagdagang detalye, tumawag sa CCP Cultural Exchange Department 832-1125, Local 1708 o mag-email sa ccp.ced2014@gmail.com.
Usapang sining at kultura para sa lahat. Kasama ang balerina ng bayan, si Lisa Macuja. Art2art.
Kasama pa rin natin ang kasalukuyang chair ng Cultural Center of the Philippines na si Miss Margie Moran Floirendo. Chair Margie, how did your interest in the arts first develop? Was it as a child? Was it as a teenager? Or after college? When did this love for the arts?
As a child. And I think when you expose the children to arts, they get imbibed and they grow up with it. And so that happened to me. Both my parents were very interested in the arts. I took a ballet also, and my father loved the opera, ballet shows, and my first trip to England. That's what we did. We watched all the operas, all the ballet performances, and symphony orchestra performances. So it stayed with me.
Yes.
It stayed with me. I was also a performer. I performed in musical theaters as a dancer and background singer. In the chorus, in the core. And yeah, and in fact, before I joined the Binibining Pilipinas, I was performing with the Best of Broadway with Kunching Sunico's production, Karilagan International, and Repertory.
Okay.
And Tito Kunching told me, I'm going to make you Peter Pan. But then I joined Binibining Pilipinas, so I never became Peter Pan. That would have been my first major role in a performance, and that was it. But yeah, so when I moved to Davao, I stayed in Davao for several years, and I put up a foundation as well there. That's the Southern Philippines Foundation for the Arts and Ecology, and we promoted also local shows, and we brought in shows from Manila to Davao. In fact, we brought in PBT when they performed Cinderella in Davao.
Okay.
So it continues.
Yes.
I think it's lifetime.
So from this initial love for the arts as that you developed as a child, what would you say to yung mga nakikinig sa atin po na hindi pa nakakanood ng ni isa pang performance ng ballet, o kaya hindi pa nakakakinig ng opera, o kaya nakaka-watch ng isang theatrical production, wala pa talagang kaalam-alam tungkol sa sining. Ano yung masasabi ninyo sa kanila ngayon?
I would say na napaka-importante ang arts, lalo na sa isang bata. Dahil yung exposure nila sa arts, it has been proven that they are better in school. They become better readers, they read more because their perception of the world becomes more profound. And they become leaders in their community because they learn critical thinking. In this age of technology and information and misinformation, there's a glut of communication. That exposure to the arts will make you learn how to reason, because you learn imagination, especially with technology now. Now the little kids are already in their computer and their cell phones, that they don't think anymore because everything is there. But watching a dance performance, they have to think. Watching the opera, they have to listen. Listening to an orchestra play is soothing and it's more joyful. So it gives a person a more holistic personality.
Yes. And there's the social interaction.
Yes.
Kasi kesa sa interact ka lang sa iyong screen o kaya sa iyong smartphone.
That's right.
Meron talagang, I think a joint experience with the audience and the artists.
And especially nowadays when education is pushing science, the humanities is very important because that's where art also is, in the humanities. And it's in the humanities where you learn reasoning, where you learn to appreciate history. Everybody should know what's their history, even of their own locale.
Yes.
And so it's not something extra, it's not something elitist.
Yes.
It's actually a need of every human being to be exposed to the arts. So, maski na hindi kayo artista, but just appreciating the arts already makes a big difference in life.
Yes. It really enriches your life.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's right.
Okay. So, has there been any change in the overall vision and mission of the CCP?
No, there's no change. It's
Over the past 50 years, it's been the same
it's
mission
been
and vision.
the same because it's a government entity, and so it's really outwardly a mission and a vision. It's arts for everyone. The vision is arts for every Filipino. And art is important for the life of every Filipino. So it's true to itself up to now. It hasn't changed. And the more we open our doors to more Filipinos to come in and watch the shows of anybody who's performing, it's a success.
Okay. Ang dream ko pa rin talaga is yung performing arts magiging so developed in our country na kahit hindi lang weekend, kahit araw-araw,
Oo nga, di ba?
merong palabas sa lahat ng teatro natin all over the metropolis.
Exactly.
And puno siya ng mga tao. No?
Yeah, that's really a dream. Tabi na bayaran nila yung tickets pa.
Oo, at saka hindi complimentary yung ticket. Well, speaking of that, ano sa palagay ninyo ang totoong dahilan kung bakit parang napakahirap magbenta ng ticket sa tao, lalo na pagdating sa ballet, sa opera, o kaya sa mga symphonic concerts, at hindi mo masasabing ganun kahirap, halimbawa, to sell a ticket to, I don't know, The Lion King,
Exactly,
or
no?
The Phantom of the Opera, or, even Rock of Ages.
Yeah. I guess, well, one, there's a problem with traffic. So people don't go out of their way unless the show is fantastic. So that is already a detriment to come to this area. But it's also habits, I think, that people are willing to pay more for something that's foreign. And but little by little, I noticed that that's also changing. People now buy tickets, or they look for a discount, but whatever, they still buy the ticket.
Okay.
So the more promos you have, the more palatable it is for the buyer of the ticket,
Yeah.
I suppose. But I think it's a growing market. The musical theaters are growing, and they're more. They have a bigger audience now than they used to have before.
And is the CCP, say, planning to sell subscriptions to the CCP, or is it still, because I also noticed that most Filipino audiences don't really buy bulk, like group subscriptions, but individual tickets to individual performances, and normally at the last minute. Is that the case still in the CCP?
The CCP sells their subscriptions way ahead of time, so it's still they're doing their best to sell the tickets. In Ballet Philippines, we sell it 6 months ahead. So when we end the season, we're already selling the subscriptions for the next season. So, and we're growing in subscriptions because that's the one that we're pushing more than the individual tickets.
Yes.
But a lot of people don't want to commit because they're going to be out of the country and this and that. But subscription tickets are they have very good pricing because they're cheaper.
Because you get it at a discount.
At a
no?
discount. So even if you're not able to watch the show, you can give it away.
Yeah.
And that's the habit that we're still trying to really push, is to give away your tickets, because otherwise you'll have
Na sana
empty
magamit.
seats,
Yes.
di ba?
Oo.
So it's really the conscious effort of people to, when you appreciate the arts, you want to make sure that people watch.
Okay. So is audience development going to be a major part
It is.
of
It
the
is.
CCP?
It is still a major
projects,
part.
yeah.
It is. It's a continuous effort on audience development.
Okay. So what can we look forward from the CCP for the second half of 2018?
Well, our resident companies are starting their season. On July, from June 29 to July 15 is Virgin Lab Fest, and Taxus Takyo now is the festival director.
So the Virgin Lab Fest is going
Yes,
on right now.
It's going on right now, and watch it because there are a lot of new playwrights are performing in Virgin Lab Fest. And Bali Philippines will start with the Carmina Burana in September. It's Cinemalaya also before that. So it's going to be every weekend. There's going to be a show.
Fantastic.
So don't fail to watch any of the
Yes.
shows.
And all the tickets for the CCP productions are available on Ticket
On
World.
Ticket World, yes.
Ticketworld.com.ph.
That's
and
right.
You have a Ticket World office right at the box office
That's right,
of
yes.
the CCP. So wala talaga silang excuse, no?
Walang excuse. Nasa National Bookstore pa nga, no?
Nasa National Bookstore din. So
And online. You can just buy your tickets online.
yes. That's right. So just call 891-9999 for your tickets for the rest of the half of the CCP. And of course, let's support the CCP as it celebrates its 50th anniversary in 2019. Maraming salamat, Chair Margie,
Salamat, Lisa.
for spending your Sunday afternoon here with us in Art2art.
Thank you.
We
It's a
wish
pleasure.
the CCP even more success to fly to greater heights under your leadership.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Hanggang sa susunod na linggo, samahan ninyo kami ulit dito sa Art2art, kung saan ang usapang sining at kultura ay para sa lahat. Ito po ang inyong balerina ng bayan, Lisa Macuja, nagpupugay sa artistang Pilipino.